Welcome back, students. Now we are going to conclude the Unit 1 syllabus. Let us quickly move to the slides. This is our last concept, product cost systems. By the term product cost system, you simply understand a system that is used to estimate the cost, monitor the cost, or a mechanism through which we will try to compare the actual cost with the estimates and put certain sorts of control over the cost. And the way in which we made that facility is what we refer to as system. A costing system is designed to monitor the cost incurred by a business. The system is comprised of a set of forms. Forms means pre-printed documents in which you have to record the material, labor, and the various other expenses you incurred in relating to transportation of material and the production process, all these things. There will be a design which is established by the organization. That design is itself is called a system. Every organization has a own system of determining the cost of the product. Thus, the system can be understood as a composed concepts of forms, processes. The processes means the manner in which we determine the cost, control, and report that are designed to aggregate and report to management about revenues, cost, and profitability. That thus, in any organization, a cost system can be different from that of another organization. So, but a production cost system can be defined as a system that facilitates determination of aggregate revenues, aggregate costs, and aggregate profitability, even though actually costs are actually determined at various levels in different forms and processes and controls are used for that. So whatever may be the different types of costing systems they are being used, they can be broadly classified under traditional systems and modern systems. Traditional systems use basically job costing and process costing, and modern we are currently more giving emphasis on activity-based costing, and there are several reasons for doing so. We will explain those reasons also. Job costing, or it can also be called as job order costing. This is applied in all those industries where production is undertaken according to the special specifications of the customers. That means manufacturer manufactures only after receiving an order from the customer, and the manufacturing style and the technique and the processes used in making the product is different from one customer to another customer, because production is done only on the basis of each job you receive and each job requirements. That is why such costing systems are called job order costing systems. On the other hand, a manufacturer makes unique products, and in mass production, mass means large quantities. So he sets standards for the product, and that standardized production is carried out every day throughout the manufacturing process. Example, if you look at toothpaste of close-up company, every paste will be of same standard. That means whatever ingredients are there in one particular paste are going to be there in the other paste also. Therefore, it is not necessary to calculate cost of each toothpaste separately. The total cost can be divided with the number of units produced. That is the area we call mass production. In mass production, we will see process costing being applied, especially when production is carried out in stage by stage manner. That means output obtained in one stage becomes input of the other stage. Take the example of manufacturing of refined oil. In the crushing process, first oil is extracted, and that oil is obtained in not in a refined condition. It contains some ingredients being extracted need to be refined. So that output of first output of oil is then transferred to refining process, where that ingredients, unnecessary ingredients and color is nullified or eliminated or filtered, and the purified oil is produced, and some depending upon other requirements of adding flavor or color or otherwise other needs of the oil, more processes may be needed, and that depends upon the product requirements and system of production process being applied. So there's cost calculations, normal loss, abnormal loss, and other controlling techniques are applied on stage by stage manner, so that inefficiency of one stage is not transferred to other stage. Normal cost is always transferred to other stage, and that type of costing system we refer to as process costing. And finally, coming to is ABC, activity based costing. If you refer to the ABC, activity-based costing, and then so next to unit number 2, from the very inception, we are going to learn activity-based costing. So, in this particular unit 1, when we are about to end the concept, it is enough for us to understand basic and very basic understanding is enough. So, what actually happens is that in job order costing or in process costing, overhead, which we call it as aggregate of all indirect elements of costs. That indirect attribution of that cost makes it very difficult for us to make the allocation of that overhead to the product. So most of the times in job costing or process costing, we use some simple techniques like overhead absorbed as a percentage of wages, overhead absorbed as a percentage of prime cost, or overhead absorbed as a percentage of material cost. So one way or another, we will try to allocate the overhead to product, but most of the times we see that such overhead allocation ends with over absorption or under absorption. The main reason for such under or over absorption is because of the fact that you are allocating the overhead on some suitable basis, but not on realistic basis. If you see ABC, activity based costing, this believes in the phenomena that cost is not incurred for the products, but it is incurred because of some activities we perform in making the product. Let me repeat, cost is not directly incurred for the product. It is incurred because of some activities we are performing in the process of making the product. Therefore, you need to inquire what are those activities. Some activities may be done for one product, they may not be done for the other product. For example, in making some products, you may not be using machine at all. Then how can you allocate mission related expenses like depreciation, power consumption, etc. things to all products? It happens with job order costing or process costing. Traditional system allocates all overheads without concerning or inquiring what are their activities and which activity is actually applied and which activity is not actually applied. Some products may be sold without testing. Testing is an activity that requires incurring of some cost. So some products which are sold without testing, why should they bear cost of testing? So these are the questions. When answered by us, we'll find a way towards the activity-based costing, which wants overhead allocation will be meaningful only when activities are identified. When the cost pools, that means cost are aggregated towards some all costs that relates to testing are pooled for testing and then allocated on the basis of number of times testing is performed. Some costs like costs relating to material handling, and so that is a cost pool. All activities that are performed for material handling, all those costs should be pooled there, and that pooled amount will be allocated based on number of times material was handled for those different products. Thus, activity-based costing is a system of costing that was brought into existence to overcome the problem of overhead allocation that was always there with the traditional system. In modern cost accounting systems, ABC is widely applied to make overhead application more realistic so that chances of under absorption and over absorption are almost eliminated, otherwise kept at low levels. Under absorption, over absorption still remains, but it will be at manageable level. So this is how activity-based costing has brought dramatic change in the method of computing cost of the products. That means we have cost product cost system revamped with this particular activity-based cost system. With that, dear students, we have completed every aspect of Unit 1 of our syllabus, Strategic Cost Management, MCOM Semester 3. It is presented by you, your facilitator, Srinivas Arigala. Thank you all. I wish the all concepts are clear to you. I request each one of you to watch the videos as many times as possible. Use this e-learning more effectively and get benefited. Wish you all the best. Thank you.